Mossad Israel Life in the Barracks.
The supreme leader of Iran, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, is hiding in secret bunkers to avoid being captured by the Mossad. He has suspended all electronic communications, relying only on personal messages delivered by a single trusted advisor, in an extreme attempt to avoid having his location discovered by the feared Israeli intelligence agency. The Mossad has already demonstrated its ability to operate in the shadows in a strategic and surgical manner. Since the operation in Lebanon and Syria in September 2024, when explosions of pagers and walkie-talkies neutralized Hezbollah cells, Israel's enemy countries have become even more fearful of the Mossad's strength. Welcome to Life in the Barracks. The Mossad, famous for its surgical and lethal operations, is one of the most effective espionage organizations in the world. Its agents, recruited and trained with strategic rigor, live in a constant mission for the security of Israel. Now, the mission to find Ayatollah Khamenei and weaken the regime has become an obsession for Mossad, which remains infiltrated inside Iran and receives full strategic and political support from Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Tension in the Middle East has reached critical levels. Israel decided to take things a step further and activated Mossad to find and neutralize the most powerful man in Iran. Agents are already on Iranian territory, operating undercover, using local informant networks and cutting-edge tracking technology to get closer to the target. Ayatollah Khamenei knows he is being hunted, and to ensure the continuity of the regime, he has created an immediate succession plan, appointing 3 influential clerics to take his place in case he is neutralized. This unprecedented move only confirms the magnitude of the risk he believes he is facing. The current situation was triggered by an unprecedented military attack carried out on June 13th, when Israel launched a series of coordinated bombings against strategic targets in Tehran. These were the most destructive attacks Iran has suffered since the war with Iraq in the 1980s, and in just 72 hours they caused more damage than Saddam Hussein's entire campaign. Iran tried to respond in kind, launching counterattacks that hit hospitals, residences, refineries, and religious sites on Israeli territory. But this response only increased international involvement, where even the United States, which until then had kept a certain distance from the conflict, decided to step in with full force and carry out an attack using the powerful B-2 bombers. Recruitment for Mossad is a rigorous and selective process aimed at finding highly skilled and motivated individuals. The selection involves a series of psychological tests, detailed interviews, and extreme physical evaluations, as well as an impeccable life history. Only the candidates who rank at the top of the recruitment process are chosen for the intensive training, which can last for years. During training, recruits learn skills in espionage, hand-to-hand combat, survival techniques, as well as specialized training in intelligence and information analysis. Mossad also places great emphasis on strengthening the mental and emotional resilience of its agents, because the job requires dealing with extreme situations and constant stress. Guerrilla techniques, psychological warfare, and advanced disguise are some of the skills in which Mossad agents have expertise. The combination of physical, psychological, and intellectual skills prepares recruits for high-risk and complex missions. Israeli intelligence operations inside Iran were so effective that Israel managed to neutralize about 60 generals and scientists of the regime. Because of this, Ayatollah Khamenei began to live practically like a fugitive. He abandoned the official palaces and started hiding in underground, armored locations, out of reach of spy satellites. Only half a dozen generals and religious leaders have access to him, and all of them were forced to give up cell phones, tablets, and any device with a connection. Iran is fragmented between military commanders with their own agendas, clerics divided between resisting or negotiating, and a population suffering from the impacts of the war. Even under the heavy censorship imposed by the regime, the Iranian population has been sharing on social media the damage caused by the war. Ali Khamenei is politically weakened within Iran. And because of that, he has been preparing his network of successors, delegating orders that would be carried out even in the event of his death. Among them are drone attacks against American bases in the Persian Gulf and the use of allied militias in Iraq, Lebanon, and Syria. Internal sources from the Iranian government confirm that the fear of a surprise attack by Mossad led to the suspension of even in-person meetings in Tehran. Khamenei only communicates with his inner circle through handwritten letters or verbal codes delivered by loyal emissaries. Meanwhile, Israel monitors every movement in enemy territory. Intelligence data is cross-checked with satellite images, environmental wiretaps, and reports from dissidents. Any mistake, any slip-up, could cost the neutralization of Iran's supreme leader. The rise in conflicts alarms the global community. Europe is trying to broker a truce, but the Israeli offensive shows no signs of slowing down, either against Iran or against the extremists of Hezbollah and Hamas. According to the Israeli Security Cabinet, the war will only end when Tehran completely withdraws from its strategic activities in the Middle East, dismantles its nuclear infrastructure, and stops funding extremist groups. And with Ayatollah Ali Khamenei surrounded, isolated, and cornered, the clock may be ticking against him. Any miscalculation could be fatal, as the intelligence war has entered a new chapter, now more dangerous and more lethal, called the Israeli Mossad.
Israeli Mossad, life in the barracks.
Life in the Barracks keeps you updated on all things military. Leave your like, subscribe, and watch one of the videos appearing on your screen. Onward, fighters, until next time.